I'm stepping away from my virtual vacation backgrounds because this is a very down-to-home concept of being careful what you wish for in the society that you live in. When I was 16 years old, I cleaned up a number of lifestyle habits. I used to drink a lot of soda, and I quit drinking soda, and I started to eat healthier. And at the beginning, the main barrier, believe it or not, was the social aspect of it. I found it very difficult to hang out with my friends and explain about my dietary restrictions. I remember praying for us someday having a society where all of these things were taboo, and it would be the other way around, right? You would go out and you would order a soda and everybody would look at you funny. I didn't necessarily want soda to be illegal. I just wanted it to be okay to not drink soda. Right? It used to be people thought soda was okay in moderation. It's kind of like 40 years ago if you went out and you didn't smoke cigarettes, right? Or you asked your friends if you could go to a non-smoking restaurant. Soda back in the early 2000s was kind of like smoking in the 1970s, right? You could avoid it, but it was a little bit on the taboo side of things, right? And I remember praying for a society where soda had moved to the other side of the equation. Well, fast forward 15 years later, and we started to have that kind of a society. And then I was traveling in Rochester, New York, and I was meeting up with some of my friends, and we were talking about where we were going to go out to eat. And even though I like to eat, I like to avoid bad ingredients like the sugar, the trans fat, the MSG. I don't necessarily always have the healthiest diet, especially when it comes to portion control. And a lot of times I'll go to the restaurant, I'll grill waiters about whether or not certain dishes have sugar, MSG, trans fat, all the other stuff, and then I'll order the biggest meal on the menu, especially because I'm going on vacation, right? It's not every day that I go to a restaurant and order something big, right? And then people will make fun of me, right? I used to make fun of people for drinking soda, and so it makes me realize that we need to be careful what we wish for. Unfortunately, in the United States, we like to talk about how we like to live and let live. I've never seen that actually practiced. I mean, it's a great concept. I've never seen it put into practice. People make fun of other people's choices all the time. I don't know if it's because they actually do think it's funny, or if they think that these other people are a cost to society, or if it's because they're worried about themselves. Maybe everybody has bad habits, right? And when you see other people practice bad habits, it might make you worry about how you look, right? I don't know if it's self-consciousness, whatever the case is. Okay, I used to get very envious. Now we're talking 20 years ago. I used to get very envious about people who could eat all sorts of crap without getting fat, right? I used to get really envious. See, I never smoked cigarettes, but when I saw somebody who lived to be 80 or 90 years old and smoked a pack a day, I would get envious too, because I would wish I would have their body but minus the cigarettes, right? You know, if somebody could live to be 90 and smoke a pack a day, maybe if they had the same body and the same lifestyle minus the cigarettes, they could live to be 150, right? I used to think in those kind of regards, but now that I've gotten more experience under my belt, I've come to realize that every human being is a complex package, right? You don't know how the cigarettes are fit into their lives. I'm not saying that you should take up smoking, but what I'm saying is that smoking never happens as in a vacuum, right? In the context, and neither does junk food, right? And now that I think back at it, I mean, certainly it's always worth getting off of these bad habits, but realize that they're never happening in a vacuum. Thanks for watching.